on the page object model, which is a design pattern, and we'll see how we have the project hierarchy. It's a design pattern in the Selenium that creates an object repository for storing web elements. So we will we will be using object repository, which is a collection of web elements, and how we use it in Selenium, right? It helps reduce code duplication and improves test case maintenance. In page object model, consider each web page of an application as a class file. Okay, that's true. So let's just go to this page object model first. Here you can see in this Selenium dev, page specific code is different and test code is different. Okay, each page has different set of uh, elements. So we are using this one. So here you can see that there's this first is the page layer, and the page layer is like it has different pages: login page, home page, registration page. Okay, so I mean, before going into this, we can like discuss what is page object model. It is just a design pattern. It's an approach. Okay, and we use data driven framework in this, and we use it to create a framework, and here we use testng to write the tests. Moreover, each page here is a separate Java class. Here this page login page would be a separate Java class. Just focus on this part right now, forget everything else. Okay, so this is how we start. It's also called a page chaining model as well, because here you go from login page to home page, for example, from home page to registration page. So here in case of page object model, the home page, for example, you enter username, password, and you go to home page. So home page becomes the landing page for login page. Okay, similarly, when you click on home page, if you type something that takes you to the search page. So for this case, search page would be landing page for the home page. Okay, so yeah, so next in this, we have different sets of object repository, which is login page will have two things. One is web objects, which is web elements. Like there'll be different pages, like on login there'll be username, there'll be password, there'll be forgot password link. So all those web elements would be stored over here, okay, on the login page. And all the action methods, features, like different methods are there. Click on password, click on register, click on uh, sign in. Okay, fill registration form. In this case, it will have fill registration form. Okay, check logo. All right, so such elements. So for example, here if we have Gmail, not Gmail, Google. So here you can see that clicking on this Google search, this is a web object, so we'll store it there. But the action is click on Google's search, which will be on this page, right? So this is how we are going to do it, right? So there can be this question, what is object repository? Okay, so we can say that collection of all the web objects or web elements. Okay, you can say that, and that's it for this one. And we can go to the next layer, which is test layer. Here we have, so there's one more thing. Okay, we can take that later. So this is, for example, test layer, right? This is second layer, test layer. Just forget everything else, just focus on this. So all the tests on the login page will be done here, right? It would have all the tests related to, like click sign in, click login, enter username. So all those tests would be done over here. whatever kind of test you want to. Yeah. Okay, for home page there will be different set of tests that going to execute. Registration page, all the tests will be stored in this class, this test class. Okay, so all the test ng annotations, before test, after test, before suit, after suit, before method, after method, at the rate test. Okay, and those will be used over here. Got it? So then there's this parent class which will the parent class of this class and this class test ng. All right. So this particular class, will have all the common properties which we'll use in all test classes. All right. Like for example, you create this web driver is equal to new Chrome driver, maximize window, page load timeout, implicit wait, delete all cookies. So all those things will be done in this particular test based class. Okay. And why do we need to do that is because like in previously whatever we have coded, in each test class we have to write all these things, right? We don't want code duplicacy over here, so that's why we use testplace.java class. So all these child methods can call the parent methods. Okay. Parent properties, and use them instead of writing. Otherwise, if you want to do it for like home page, right? For home page you will need to write web driver is equal to new Chrome driver, and for this one delete all cookies, and then again you do this web driver is equal to new Chrome driver, then delete all cookies, page load timeout, implicit wait, all those things you have to do it all over again. So why you need to avoid all that, right? So we only define it one at one place. Then fourth layer is config.properties layer. All right. So here you can see it will have all the variables, environment variables, URL, username, password, browser, what browser you are going to run it on, whether you are going to run it on staging or production, Firefox browser, or so these kind of things you can mention over here. So this can be a question that where do you define environment variables? So you can tell that you define environment variables in config.property. Where do you store the test data? You store it in the form of Excel. And how do you access this Excel? Using the Apache API. And right, this is the fifth layer. Sixth layer is you will have common utils like take a screenshot, send email, generic functions, right? And testutil.java, you can name it. This class can be named this. Then final component can be test reports, which is very important. We have seen that testng also generates some reports, XML reports. So HTML reports or testng reports, XML reports, extend reports. This is very commonly used, and it provides a beautiful dashboard also. So this is the seventh component. So all these components can be put into specific packages. So this one first layer we can put it in com.qa.packages package, and this one test for tests you can add com.qa.tests can be one package, right? And then here it can be com.qa.base package. Then for environment variables com.qa.config. Test data, this can be com.qa.test data, right? Here it can be com.qa.util. Test, this can be named as test output reports. All right, all these things can be named over here. So similarly, these things can be named. So mostly we will this one will not probably not a package, but yeah, it can be a folder as well, right? So it is also called page chaining model, because you from a login page you can go to home page, from home page you can go to registration page, From registration page, you can go back to home page. From home page, you can go to add to cart page. From here, you can go to payment page and then again to home page. So this is also called, it works in a form of chain, right? So what tech stack are you using here? What technology are you using here? You're using Java for writing code, Selenium WebDriver, TestNG for writing tests, right? Maven is a build tool for building the project. Apache POIP API we are using for reading the test data from Excel. Extend reports for generating test reports. Log4j for logging. We don't need to put system.out.println everywhere. Then Jenkins we are using for continuous integration. Git we are using to raise a PR, right? Uh, in a centralized repo we can keep it. Grid we are using for parallel testing. Browsers we can use Firefox, Chrome, or anything. Mac, Linux, Windows operating systems we can use, and we can also run our test on VMs like Source Labs and browser stacks, which provides us, or we can even run it locally, right? So mostly we will use these technologies to run our tests, and this can be explained in this way, the way I explained it. I've used it from Naveen. He's explained it pretty well, the screenshot. Uh, so yeah, I mean you can do the same. You can explain the same to the, whenever you ask this what is page object model, you can put in this. There are a bunch of packages that we use, right? The way I've explained each page has its set of object repos, repositories, and methods, right? Features. Then there's test class, then there's base class, which is a parent uh, of test class and the page lib. So this extends, child class extends this, and all these methods from test base can be used. The parent class can be used in the child classes. Can be accessed through the parent class. These methods can be accessed through the parent class. And then these different environment variables are there, test data, utilities, Java utils. So yeah, they're different. You can see test data.xls, right? You can put in a different package, count.keyword test data. Utils you can put in count.keyword util, and each of them can be named, can be given a particular name. So this is it for page object model. Keep learning.